안녕하세요. 산다 잉글리시입니다. 오늘은 Magic Treehouse Book 25, Stage Fright and the Summer Night 책을 처음부터 끝까지 읽어보도록 하겠습니다. Prologue. One summer day, in Frog Creek, Pennsylvania, a mysterious treehouse appeared in the woods. 8-year-old Jack and his 7-year-old sister Annie climbed into the treehouse. They found that it was filled with books. Jack and Annie soon discovered that the treehouse was magic. It could take them to the places in the books. All they had to do was to point to a picture and wish to go there. While they were gone, no time at all passed in Frog Creek. Along the way, Jack and Annie discovered that the treehouse belongs to Morgan Le Fay. Morgan is a magical librarian of Camelot in the long-ago kingdom of King Arthur. She travels through time and space, gathering books. In Magic Treehouse books 5 to 8, Jack and Annie helped free Morgan from a spell. In books 9 to 12, they solved 4 ancient riddles and became master librarians. In Magic Treehouse books 13 to 16, Jack and Annie have to save 4 ancient stories from being lost forever. In Magic Treehouse books 17 to 20, Jack and Annie free a mysterious little dog from a magic spell. In Magic Treehouse books 21 to 24, Jack and Annie helped save Camelot. In Magic Treehouse books 25 to 28, Jack and Annie search for special kinds of magic.
Chapter 1. Special Magic.
Jack and Annie sat on their porch. Lightning bugs blinked in warm sunlight twilight. Wow, a shooting star, said Annie, pointing at the sky. Jack looked up, just in time to see a streak of light flash through the sky. The light hovered over the Frog Creek woods, then it disappeared into the treetops. Jack caught his breath. He turned to Annie. There was no shooting star, he said. Right, she said. They jumped up. Jack grabbed his backpack from inside the front hill. Dad, Mom, can you go out? He called. We'll be back soon. 10 minutes, no more, their mom said. Okay, said Jack. He closed the door. Let's go, hurry. He and Annie ran across their yard. They ran down the street. They ran into the woods. They ran until they came to a tallest oak. They looked up. Yep, said Annie. Jack just smiled. He was too happy for words. That's our shooting star, said Annie. The magic treehouse. She grabbed the rope ladder and started up. Jack followed. When they climbed inside the treehouse, they both gasped. A beautiful woman with long white hair stood in the shadowy corner. Hello, Jack and Annie, said Morgan Le Fay. Morgan! Jack and Annie cried. They threw their arms around her. Why are you here? Said Annie. What do you want to just do for you? You have already done many good things for me, said Morgan, and for King Arthur and Camelot. Now I want you to do something good for yourselves. You are going to learn magic. Oh, wow, said Annie. Are we going to become magicians? Will you teach us charms and spells? Morgan laughed. There was magic does not change in spells, she said. You will find special magic on each for your next adventure. How? Asked Jack. A secret rhyme will guide you on each journey, Morgan said. Here there is first. She held up the slip of paper. Annie took the paper from Morgan and read it very loud. To find the special magic, you must step into the light, and with the divine spell or charm, turn daylight into night. Turn daytime into night? Said Jack. How can we do that? Morgan smiled. That's what you have to find out, she said. Jack had lots of questions, but before he could ask any of them, a flash lit up the house. He closed his eyes against the light. When he opened up,
Morgan Le Fay was gone.
On the floor where she had stood was a book. Morgan didn't tell us enough, said Jack. But she read this research book, said Annie. She picked up the book, and it'll tell us the first place to go. She held the book up to the gray light in the window. The cover showed a busy river with boats and a bridge. The title was Merry Old England. What's OLDE mean? Asked Annie. I think that's the old way of spelling old, said Jack.
You
say
say
it's
the
the
same.
same.
So we're going to marry old England to find magic?
Said Annie. That sounds fun. Ready?
I
I guess,
guess,
said Jack.
said Jack. He
He
still
wished
wished
they
he'd gotten
got
more information from Morgan,
Morgan, but he pointed at the cover of the research book. I wish we could go there, he said. The wind started to blow. The treehouse started to spin. The wind blew harder and harder. Then everything was still. Absolutely still.
Chapter 2. London Bridge.
Warm daylight floated into the treehouse. Jack opened his eyes. Annie was wearing a long dress with an apron. Jack was wearing a shirt with puffy sleeves, knee-length pants, and tights. They wore shoes with leather slippers. Jack's backpack was now a leather bag. These clothes are weird, said Jack. His voice was nearly drowned out by the sound of thundering wagon wheels coming from below.
What's
going on? Said
said
Annie.
Annie.
She and Jack looked out. The treehouse had landed in a patch of trees near a wide brown river. Wagons, carts, and people were heading toward the river. Ferry boats, sailing ships, and white swans glided across the water. Wow, it's so busy, said Annie.
Jack opened the research book and read.
In 1600, over 100,000 people lived in London, England. At the time, England was ruled by Queen Elizabeth I. She was much loved by her people. A queen? Cool, said Annie. Jack took out his notebook and wrote, London, 1600, Queen Elizabeth I. I've never seen a bridge like that, said Annie, looking to the left. Jack looked with her. A giant stone bridge crossed the river. The bridge looked like a small town. It was crowded with houses, shops, and even a church. Jack found a picture of the bridge in their research book. He read aloud, At the heart of London was London Bridge. The bridge crossed the Thames River. At different times in history, the bridge fell down, but it was always built again. Oh, wow, said Annie. That must be when the song comes from. She sang, London Bridge is falling down, falling down.
While Annie sang, Jack took out his notebook and wrote, London Bridge crosses Thames River, crowded with stores and houses.
Let's go look for the magic, said Annie.
She read Morgan's note again. To find a special magic, you must step into the light, and without wand, spell, or charm, turn daylight into night. Jack squinted up at the sky.
It was very blue,
without even a cloud. It's just not
impossible,
possible, he said, shaking his head.
But he threw the research book and his notebook into his leather bag. Then he followed Annie down the rope ladder. When they reached the ground, they started walking toward the river. P.U., Annie said, holding up her nose.
The river smelled terrible. No
one else seemed to mind
the smell, though.
People were cheerfully piling in the ferry boats or heading to the bridge.
They all seemed happy, as if they were going someplace fun.
A group of ragged boys brushed past Jack and
Annie. They were about 12 or 13 years old.
They were laughing and out of breath. Hurry, we'll be late,
one shouted.
The
boys ran toward the stone gateway leading onto the bridge.
Late for what?
said Annie. What's on the other side of that bridge? Why are they in such a hurry to get there?
I don't know, said Jack. He pulled out the
research book.
I'll see what the book says. No, let's just go, or we'll be late, said Annie. She took off running. Okay, said Jack. He put away the book and ran out toward the London Bridge.
Chapter 3. The Bear Garden.
Jack and Annie passed under the stone gateway that led on the London Bridge. As they started across, Jack was amazed. The bridge was so noisy and smelly. Wagon wheels rumbled like thunder over the cobblestones. Pots clinked in carts. Horses neighed. Shopkeepers shouted, Good pies! Hot peas! New pins! Shoes! Soap! Salt! A shopkeeper caught Jack's eyes. What lack you, boy? He shouted. Nothing, thank you, said Jack, and kept walking. Watch out! A car driver yelled. Jack grabbed Annie's hand. He pulled her away. The car rolled past them over the narrow roadway. Look, said Annie. She pointed to a bear in the wooden cage in the back of the cart. The bear had matted brown fur. His head was down. As the cart rumbled on, Jack shook his head. "What next?" he said. "Them," said Annie, looking up. She pointed at the huge black birds sitting huddled on the edges of the rooftops. The birds sat still as they stared down at all the carts and animals and people crossing London Bridge. Jack shivered and moved quickly past the gates of the giant silent birds. Finally, he and Annie came to the end of the bridge. They stepped onto the river bank. Then they stopped and looked around. "I wonder where those big kids went," said Annie. Jack studied the crowd heading down the road that led from the bridge. There was no sign of the group of ragged boys. Jack took out their research book. He found a picture of London Bridge. He read aloud, "London Bridge connected London to the south bank of the river, an area where Londoners went for entertainment. The Bear Garden was a popular spot." "The Bear Garden?" said Annie. "That sounds good. Where's that?" Jack found the map of the south bank. He pointed to the circle that labeled Bear Garden. Here, she said. He looked up. "And there," he pointed to a dark round building in the distance. "Great," said Annie. "I want to see the garden filled with bears." Let's read," said Jack. "Yeah, look," said Annie. She headed toward the bear garden. Jack put away the book and followed her. As they got closer, they heard loud shouting and laughter coming from inside the building. Annie stopped. Wait, she said. "I'm getting a bad feeling about the bear garden. Maybe we should read more about it." Jack opened the book again. He read aloud. "At an area called the Bear Garden, people watch bears fight with dogs. Animal fight with common birds in England. They are against the law today. Bears fight with dogs? Yuck," said Annie. "I can't stand to watch it." Me neither, said Jack. Forget that place. He started to walk away. Hey, Jack, look over there, said Annie. She pointed to a cart nearby. That's the bear that passed under the bridge. Chapter 4. A Midsummer Night's Dream. Annie and Jack ran over to the cart. In the back of it was a cage. In the cage was a big brown bear. The bear was slumped over, his head still down. The sign of the cart said, "Dan the Dancing Bear." "Dan?" Annie asked. "Are you going to fight?" The lonely-looking bear raised his huge head and looked at Annie. His dark eyes were sad. He let out a low moan. "I understand," Annie said. "You don't want to fight. You're asking me to take you away." Annie reached for the door of the bear's cage. Away with you, someone shouted angrily. That's my bear. Jack and Annie whirled around. The cart driver was charging toward them. "He's mine. I'm selling him," the man shouted. "Come on, Annie, let's go," said Jack. He pulled her into the crowd walking down the road. "But I have to save Dan," said Annie, looking over her shoulder. That guy wants to sell them to bear fights." "I know," said Jack, "but we can't just steal him. That guy is his owner." Jack looked around. He needed to get Annie's mind off the bear. He saw the group of older kids from the bridge. They were walking toward a round white building. Hey, look, the kids from the bridge," he said. "Let's see where they're going." What about Dan?" said Annie. "We can figure that out later," said Jack. "Let's follow those kids now." He steered Annie toward the white building. When they got closer, Jack read the sign out front. A play at the Globe Theater. A Midsummer Night's Dream. Great, thought Jack. Annie loved plays. She loved acting in them at school. A man stood at the door of the theater. He was holding a box. "A penny to stand! A penny to stand!" he shouted. The older kids dropped coins into the box and went inside. "Wow, the play costs only a penny," said Jack. "That's cheap." "But we don't have any pennies," said Annie. "Besides, I want to go back and free the bear." Jack sighed. "What will you do with him if you free him, Annie?" he asked. "I'll figure something out," she said. "We'll figure it out when the owner's not standing there," Jack said. "Right now, let's learn something about this play."
He quickly pulled out the research book.
He found a picture of the Globe Theater. He wanted Annie to forget about Bear, so he read with lots of feelings. The first theater was built in Old England because there was no electricity. Plays were performed during the day when it was light. Everyone could afford to go. Neat, huh? said Jack. Annie
Annie
sighed.
sighed.
Jack kept reading in a loud, dramatic voice.
Seating for the audience depended on how much was paid.
The people who could afford the higher prices sat in galleries above the stage. The others stood in an area below the... Boy! Someone shouted. Jack looked up. The man hurried over to Jack and Annie. He was long-legged with a trim beard and twinkling eyes.
I could hear you from across the way,
the man said. You read very well. Jack smiled shyly. No,
you are simply brilliant, the man said. And I am in great need of a boy who is a brilliant reader. Chapter 5. Stage Fright.
Why do you need a boy who's a brilliant reader? Annie asked the man. Because I have just lose two fairies, he said. He pointed at Jack. You can read both. And you were nuts, thought Jack. Well, bye, see you around, he said. He nudged Annie to move along. Wait, she said. She turned to the man. What do you mean? My brother can read both fairies. Read them where?
Two
The
boy
boys'
actors
actor
didn't show up today to play fairies, said the man.
But your brother reads with such expression.
He can save us all.
Jack stared. Was this guy saying
what he thought he was saying?
playing?
You mean you want Jack to be in your play? Said Annie.
Indeed, said the man. There are 3,000 people here today waiting to see the play I have written. We cannot disappoint them, can we? 3,000? said Jack. Yes, said the man. And one of them is the most important person in the world. No way, I can't do that, said Jack. He had never liked being on stage. He always got stage fright. Wait, Jack, said Annie. She turned to the man. You need 2 fairies, right?
Yes, said the man.
Well, Annie tilted her head. Her voice went up. I can read too.
Yes, let Annie do it, said Jack. She's a great reader. She can be both fairies. But of course Annie cannot go on stage,
the man said kindly.
Why
not? asked Annie. The man raised his eyebrows.
eyebrows.
Surely you know it's against the law for girls to go on the stage, he said. Boys must play all the girls' parts. But that's not fair,
said Annie.
Indeed, it is not.
But we cannot change the law now, said the man. He turned to Jack.
So Jack, will you join our players? No thanks, said Jack. He tried to walk off, but Annie grabbed his arm. Wait, I think I know what Jack's wants,
she said to the man.
He will only be in your play if I can be in it too. No, that's not what I want, Annie,
Jack said under his breath.
But Jack, this is so much fun, she whispered. And there's nothing to be afraid of.
You get to read your part. You don't have to memorize it.
Jack could tell that Annie really wanted to be in the play. And it was definitely a way to keep her mind off the bear. Okay, he said, sighing. He
looked at the man.
I'll be in your play if Annie can be in it too. The man
looked at Annie. She smiled eagerly at him.
The man smiled back.
Why
not?
He said. But
Annie
Annie
will have to pretend to be a boy.
She can
tuck
tuck
up
her
her
hair,
head,
and we'll call her Andy.
Yay, thanks, said Annie with a grin. A trumpet
blasted inside the theater.
Hark, the play begins, the man said. He took Jack and Annie by the hand.
My name is Will, by the way,
he said. Come along,
Jack and Andy, be as swift as shadows. Chapter 6. On Stage. Will led Jack and Annie through the door into the back of the Globe Theater. Then he led them up the dark stairway. As they headed upstairs, Jack heard laughter coming from the audience. His legs felt like jelly. This way, said Will. He led Jack and Annie into a crowded, dimly lit room. Actors were rushing about everywhere. Each seemed to be in his own world. One was pulling on a cape. Another was tying a rope around his waist. A third was whispering words to himself. "I'll find your costumes," said Will. As Will dug through a large basket of clothes, Jack and Annie looked around the costume room. It was crammed with fancy gowns, purple and blue capes, gold and silver wigs, stacks of hats and masks.
Cool,
whispered Annie. She touched a donkey mask and a lion mask. Chapter 6. On Stage. Will led Jack and Annie through a door into the back of the Globe Theater. Then he led them up a dark stairway.
As he headed upstairs, Jack heard laughter coming from the audience. His legs felt like jelly.
"This way," said Will.
He led Jack and Annie into the crowded, dimly lit room. Actors were rushing about everywhere. Each seemed to be in his own world. One was pulling on a cape. Another was tying on a rope around the waist. A third was whispering words to himself.
"I'll find your costumes," said Will.
As Will dug through a large basket of clothes, Jack and Annie looked around the costume room. It was crammed with fancy gowns, purple and blue capes, gold and silver rings, stacks of hats and masks. Cool, whispered Annie. She touched a donkey mask and a lion mask. This would be a good disguise, huh? Jack was amazed she was acting so calm.
Didn't she know they were about to stand in front of 3,000 people? The
They
thought made Draken
sweat. His stomach felt fluttery.
Here, said Will.
He handed them green tunics, hats, and slippers.
Put these on, no time to dally. Your parts come up soon.
Jack and Annie slipped behind the curtain and changed into their costumes. As they put on their hats, Annie wore the pigtails.
When they came out, Will handed them each a small scroll. "Here are your rules," he said. "They have only your lines on them, no one else's." Jack unrolled his scroll.
He had two long speeches to read. Wait a second, he said. I thought I
just had a few lines.
I didn't know I had a ton. Don't worry, said Will. Just remember, speak very clearly and with feeling. And also, act natural. Act natural? Thought Jack. How do you act natural when you're about to have a heart attack?
Just then a short, chubby man burst into the costume room.
He had curly hair and bright red cheeks.
He was dressed all in green, too. "For goodness sakes, Will," he said in a frantic whisper, "what will we do?"
Don't worry, look out for
found.
They both can read, said Will. He pushed Jack and Annie forward. Jack and Annie, me Puck, merry wonder of the night.
He'll
Take you to the stage. Good luck. Annie smiled. Jack groaned. Come, boys, said Puck. Follow me. Puck led Jack and Annie out of the costume room into the hallway. Then he guided to a dark area at the back of the stage. Actors stood silently nearby, waiting to go on. One was beautiful white gown, others wore tattered brown rags. Through an arch, Jack saw the roof of the stage. It was blue with stars and a moon.
A huge crowd stood directly in front of the stage. More people watched from the galleries above.
Every single person in England is out there, Jack thought in horror. How did I let Annie to go into this?
I'll take you on stage first, Puck whispered to Jack.
When I say, how now, Spirit, whither wander you? Start reading your lines, remember?
Understand?
Jack barely nodded. His mouth felt dry.
He tried to swallow, but he couldn't.
Puck turned to Annie.
You go on stage with the Fairy Queen, he whispered. He pointed to the actor dressed in a beautiful white gown. When she tells you to sing her to sleep, you start your song. What's the tune? asked Annie.
Just make it up, said Puck. Now if you yell things, do not stop. Just if you worry as with things, Jack broke in. The growlings get a bit wild, said Puck. Growlings?
said Jack.
The rowdy folk through the seats, said Puck.
They're standing close to the stage. If they throw rotten fruit, don't stop either. Just keep going.
That does it,
thought Jack. He couldn't go on stage, not with groundlings throwing things,
not
not with
with
3,000 people watching, not with a million lines to read, and not when he was about to throw up. Well, Puck and Annie watched the show. Jack slipped away. He looked for the exit. Just as he found the stairs, he bumped into Will. Where are you going? Will whispered.
I can't stay, said Jack. I'm sick.
Will sucked in his breath, but then he put his hands on Jack's shoulders and spoke calmly.
Close your eyes for a
moment, Jack, he said. Jack
Jack
closed his eyes. He could hear his heart pounding in his ears.
There is nothing to fear,
Will whispered.
Imagine you're a fairy.
You are a fairy.
You are in the forest on a summer night. See
the silver moon overhead. Hear the owls.
Hoo, hoo.
Will's deep whisper seemed to cast a spell over Jack. He felt calmer.
He could picture the silver moon.
He could hear the hooting of the owls.
Are you in the forest on the summer night?
Asked Will.
Jack nodded. If you
If you
believe
believe
that,
that, the audience will believe it too, whispered Will. We're
We're
on, whispered Puck. The chubby actor ran to Jack. He grabbed his hand and pulled him along. Before he knew it, Jack was on stage. Chapter 7. In the Forest in the Night. Jack stood on stage in the bright sunlight.
He felt 3,000 pairs of eyes staring at him. How now, spirit? Puck said in a loud voice.
Whither wander you?
Jack looked down at his scroll. He pushed his glasses into place. He opened his mouth. No sound
came out.
One of the growlings hissed. How now, spirit? Puck
shouted
said
even louder this time.
Whither wander you? Jack closed his eyes. He felt the summer night. He took a deep breath. He cleared his throat. He looked at his speech.
Then he began to read.
Over hill, over dale, through bush, through briar, over park, over pale, through flood, through fire. I wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere, and I serve the fairy queen. As Jack read, the audience grew quiet. Jack forgot his Jack. He was in the forest, in the night, talking to Puck. When he finished, not a single growling hissed or threw things. Jack took a deep breath as Puck started his lines. Jack knew he had one more speech. His heart pounded, but it was more fun and excitement than fear.
When it was time to start his second speech,
he was ready. This time he spoke very clearly and his feelings.
He tried to be as natural as possible.
When he finished his speech, audience clapped and clapped. Jack hardly remembered leaving the stage.
Will was waiting for him.
Hurrah!
Said Will, slapping Jack on the back.
You were brilliant. Jack blushed as he gave Will his scroll back. He couldn't believe he just performed, acted in front of all those people. And he actually had fun, just like Annie had said.
Jack waited in the shadows for Annie to do her part. He watched her go on stage with the fairy queen and the other fairies. When the queen asked the fairies to sing her to sleep, Annie stepped forward. Reading from her scroll, she sang out clearly and with lots of feeling. You spotted snakes with double tongue, thorny hedgehogs, be not seen. Annie waved her hand as if shooing away the snakes and hedgehogs. Newts and blind worms do no wrong. Come not near our fairy queen. Annie shook her finger at the newts and blind worms. The audience howled with laughter. Annie kept singing. She made funny movements and silly faces to go with the words.
She even acted a little dance to her song. By the time she finished, the audience clapped and cheered and stamped their feet. Wonderful job, Andy,
Will said when Annie left the stage.
You were brilliant, Jack told her.
Thanks, said Annie. She gave her scroll back to Will.
Do I go in again?
Not until the end, when we all bow, said Will.
Just then Jack heard the audience laughing again.
He really wanted to see the play, so he found a shadowy spot at the back of the theater and watched it from there.
Jack couldn't understand everything people said, but he could understand the story.
It was
It was about people he loved,
but
but
none
no
were
one
able to
ever
marry the
married
people they
loved.
loved. The funniest part
Part
was
was
about the fairy king and fairy queen.
The
The king was mad at the queen, so he put magic juice on her eyelids to make her fall in love with the first person she saw. Puck worked for the king. He wanted to make the king's trick even funnier. So he put the head of a donkey on a funny man. When the queen woke up, she saw the donkey man. The magic made her fall madly in love with him. The fairy king finally broke the spell. Puck turned the donkey man back into a human while he slept. When the man woke up, he looked about in wonder.
I
I
have
have had a most rare vision, he said. I have had a dream.
Jack
whispered the words to himself. I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream. Beside him, a group of actors gathered for the last scene of the play.
My lion mask is missing.
One of them wailed.
I cannot be a lion without my mask. Hush, of course you can, said Will. Just roar and roar again.
Will pushed the actor on stage. He wiped his brow. Then he caught sight of Jack. Get Andy, he said. It's almost time for a bow.
Annie?
Where is Annie? Jack wondered. He hadn't seen her in a while. He peeked into the costume room.
She wasn't there. Jack's heart started to pound. He had a scary thought. Oh no, he whispered.
Jack ran down the stairs. He opened the door. He was happy to see Annie running out from some trees behind the theater.
It's time to bow, he said,
grabbing her hand.
Where have you been? What did you do?
I'll show you later, said Annie. Jack and Annie charged upstairs together. They found Will and some of the actors waiting. Puck was finishing his last speech on stage. So good night until you all. Give me your hands if we be friends.
Andy,
Jack, said Will. He grabbed Annie and Jack.
Puck
ended his speech. The audience gave a big hand. They clapped, whistled, and shouted. Jack and Annie ran on stage with Will and the other actors. While the crowd cheered, they all bowed once, twice, and once again. Chapter 8. The Most Important Person. Will stepped forward and held up his hand. Slowly the crowd quieted down.
Thank you all, he said, and thank you to the most important person in the whole world.
She has graced us with her presence today.
Will made a sweeping bow to a woman in the gallery of the stage. The woman wore a white dress with pearls.
A veil covered her face. The woman stood up and slowly lifted the veil. She had a pale, wrinkled skin and small dark eyes. She wore a red wig. The audience members let out a gasp. They all fell to their knees.
Long live
Queen Elizabeth, said Will.
Long live Queen Elizabeth, the crowd shouted. Long live Queen Elizabeth, shouted Jack and Annie. The Queen smiled. Her teeth were all black. The audience did not seem to mind.
They cheered even louder.
The Queen raised one hand, and the crowd instantly hushed. I thank you, my good people, she said, and I thank all
these
the
good
players,
players,
everyone. Today they gave us a special kind of magic. The magic of the theater.
They
turned
turned
the
the very
daylight
daytime
into night. Oh man, whispered Jack, that was it. The special magic. The search was over. The audience cheered again. When the actors left the stage, they gathered around the Will to congratulate him on his success.
Annie pulled Jack aside.
We found it, she said. The magic. I know, Jack said. Will help us. Let's thank them. Later, said Annie. First I have to show you something. I need your help quick.
Annie led Jack downstairs and outside. As people streamed away from the globe, the late afternoon sun was going down. This way,
said Annie.
She headed for the patch of trees behind the theater. When she and Jack stepped into the gloomy shade, Jack saw an odd figure near a tree. A purple cape barely covered his furry back. A golden wig and a lion mask barely hid his furry head. Jack gasped. The bear! You stole him!
I
had to, said Annie.
I went to the cart when no one was looking. I put a costume on, so we passed people on the way here. They think it was actor. But you can't just steal him, said Jack. I wasn't stealing, I was saving, said Annie. I'm not sure what I'd do with him now. What do you think? Just then the bear's owner charged into the woods. Where's my bear? He shouted. His face was red. He was scowling. Thieves, he yelled. Give him back. I'm selling the fights. No, said Annie, standing between the bear and the man. He's a tame bear, not a fighter. She's right, said Jack, jumping in. And besides fair fighting, he's stupid, really stupid. "'Tis indeed," said a deep voice. Jack, Annie, and the bear's owner whirled around. Will and Puck were standing at the edge of the woods.
Chapter 9. Sweet Sorrow.
Tot, you're a sorry man, Will said to the bear's owner, trying to sell an old tame bear into the fights. Well, I've been planning to my friend with a part for a pair, so take the money for him and be gone. Will handed some gold coins to the bear's owner. The man's eyes grew wide. He laughed. You can have him, the man said, and he took off. Thank you, and good riddance, called Will. Then he turned to Puck. Take our new players to the stables. Tell the actors they need be afraid of him. He's tamed of the most of them. Come this way, Puck said. He put his arms around the bear and gently led him around the tree. We'll love the stage, old man. Bye, Puck. Bye, Dan, said Annie. Puck smiled and waved. The bear stared for a moment at Jack and Annie. He had a grateful look in his eyes. Then he lumbered off the Puck. Thanks, Will, for helping Dan, said Annie, and for helping us. Thank you both for helping me, said Will. You saved the day. The night, you mean, said Jack. Indeed, the night, said Will. Oh, here is your bag. You forgot it, he said, gave Jack his little bag. Then he held up the two scrolls with the lines in them. And you can take these, said Will. He handed them Jack, and Jack put it in his bag. Where are you off to now? Said Will. The other side of the London Bridge, said Annie. Ah, I can take you there in my boat, said Will. Follow me. Will led them along dusty path toward the river. The last rays of the sun slanted through the trees. Soon they came to a small rowboat docked in the Thames. Climb in, said Will. Jack, Annie, and Will came in. Will undid the boat from the rock. Then he began rowing across the river. The water reflected the purple and pink in the sky. Only a few white swans now glided over the shimmering ripples. The ripples smelled as bad as before, but Jack didn't mind now. He had grown used to it.
Jack pulled out his notebook and pencil.
What are you doing? Will asked. I want to write some memories in my book,
said
Jack. Oh, and I'll load you both in my book of memory, said Will. Jack smiled. I have a question, Will, said Annie. Why does Queen Elizabeth have black teeth? Too much sugar, said Will. I hope it doesn't make her feel bad. Looking that way, I mean, said Annie. Oh no, she's not least hurt, said Will. The Queen has no idea how she looks. She hasn't picked up a good memory for 20 years. Is that true?
said
Annie. This, said Will. The Queen pretended to be a young boy awful, just as you pretend to be a boy, and Bear pretend to be an actor. You see, all the words a stage. Jack liked that idea. He wrote in his notebook, all the worlds are stage. Jack looked up at the bridge as they passed by. The shops on the bridge were closed now. The theater crowds in the standing around. The scary blackbirds were no longer on the rooftops.
They had swooped down and were picking at the garbage left on the cobblestones.
The show was over. By the time they came to the river bank,
night was falling. It was much cooler. Will tied up his rowboat and climbed ashore with Jack and Annie. Thanks a lot, Jack said to Will. We can go the rest of the way by ourselves.
Where do you live? Said Will. In Fall Creek, said Annie. What path do you take? Asked Will. You'll never believe this, said Annie. We climbed up the rope ladder and to a treehouse in that tree over there, and we opened the book. Then we make a wish, said Jack, and we go to the place in the book. Will smiled. Then life is a miracle, isn't it? He said. Yes, said Annie. Jack nodded. He liked the way Will looked at things. I have an idea, said Will. Why don't you both stay here instead? You can live and act in the Globe Theater. I will ask your queen to exclude you for loud girls on stage, Annie, because you have great talent, and I'll treat you both to the right place. Really? Said Jack and Annie together. Jack hadn't mentioned Annie with his girlfriend. Then he thought of his parents back in Fog Creek. But our mom and dad, he said. We would really miss them, said Annie. Will smiled. I understand, he said, and I would miss you if I were them. He put his hand over his heart. So good night, parting is such sweet sorrow. Yes, 'tis, said Annie, nodding. Farewell, said Will. He waved. Jack and Annie waved back. Then Will turned on his heel and headed back to his rowboat. Jack and Annie walked up the rope ladder and climbed up to the treehouse. When they got inside, they looked out the window. Will was rowing back off Clifton's River. A single white swan glided across the river beside his boat. A silver moon was rising in the sky. At the moment, Jack did feel sweet sorrow. He wanted to stay in merry old England just a little longer. Wait, Will, he shouted. But Annie picked up the Pennsylvania book. I wish we could go home, he said. The wind started to blow. The treehouse started to spin. It spun faster and faster. Then everything was still. Absolutely still.
Chapter 10. Our Will? Jack opened
his eyes. They were wearing their own clothes again. A lightning bug blinked inside the growing darkness of the treehouse. Annie picked up Morgan's note. She repeated the reading. To find the special magic, you must step into the light, and without wand, spell, or charm, turn daylight into night. We found the special magic, said Annie. Theater magic. Yep, said Jack. He opened his backpack. He and Annie took out the two scrolls Will had given them. When they unrolled them, Jack saw that Will had written something. She read aloud. Thank you both for helping me. Your friend, William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare? Said Annie. I've heard that name before. Me too, said Jack. He took out the research book. He looked at the Shakespeare in the index. He turned the page and read aloud. William Shakespeare lived from 1564 to 1617. He wrote 37 plays and many sonnets and other poems. Many people think he was the greatest writer who ever lived. The greatest? Said Annie. Our Will? Oh man, whispered Jack. He stared in amazement at William Shakespeare's autograph. Hey, we can leave our scrolls with Morgan's note, said Annie. If you prove they were really from the special magic. They put their two scrolls next to the note on the floor. Then they climbed down the rope ladder. When they started walking through the woods, a breeze blew, shaking the tree leaves. Shadows shifted. Birds called from hidden places. Remember the enchanted woods? Annie said with a hushed voice. The fairy queen and the fairy king? Jack smiled and nodded. And Puck, the merry rounder of the night, said Annie. And our Will? Jack nodded again. I had a great time, said Annie. Didn't you? Jack sighed. Yes, he said. Then he took a deep breath and spoke very clearly with feeling. I have a most rare vision. I have had a dream. 네, 이거로 25권의 끝입니다. 네, 여기 이 사람이 윌리엄 셰익스피어, 그리고 얘가 잭, 그리고 앤입니다. 근데 제가 문득 궁금한 게 있는데, 여기 이렇게 포니테일이 보이는데, 그 책에서는 포니테일을 위로 올려서 가린다고 했는데, 그게 좀 의문이네요. 네, 잭이랑 애니의 윌리엄 셰익스피어 공연을 하는 이야기였습니다. 감사합니다.